these teams is going to be as we go into map number 1 on Cursed Hollow.
All right, Cursed Hollow it is, and the first ban comes right out. Jaina being taken away by Tempo Storm.
They're trying to force out an Uther ban. Tempo wants Uther or Zeratul. This is a very strategic play by them. The Zeratul ban is there, and Tempo Storm should snag up that Uther right away.
I think you're right about that. Was it a mistake to ban Zeratul here? Because now they've denied themselves either, Uther or Zeratul.
It's tough to say. I mean, Zeratul is so strong on Zuna. I mean, you got to pick your poison. Do we want to give Zuna Zeratul, or do we want to give Dreadnought Uther? Both of those heroes are like the kingpins, the big key elements for Tempo Storm's compositions. Other teams, they might want Leoric or Johanna more, but that's just not how Tempo Storm approaches the game.
All right, let's see what their first pick will be. It is Uther. Good call there.
As we've been saying all along here, Uther is just the best support you can get in the game. And of course, Uther's pretty versatile as well. So picking Uther early on, it doesn't really reveal what the rest of your team composition is going to be. You're simply stating, okay, we are definitely going to go out of our way and get the best support hero that we possibly can. Get a lot of healing, a lot of stability.
Certainly, and we've watched a lot of Cloud9 games, and Dunk Train has been a big part of that. But hold on, we have Kael'thas being picked up right off the bat.
What are your thoughts, Jake?
Just thinking about the way Tempo Storm normally plays against Cloud9, they try to pick up 3 powerful ranged assassins in this game. So by picking up Kael'thas, that's a strong lineup for them already. They have one of the best assassins in the game, and they're going to go for Leoric, King Caffeine's favorite warrior.
Yeah, Leoric is absolutely incredible to play. I mean, he can soak up so much damage and still escape pretty easily. So I guess now it's up to Tempo Storm to pick the next 2 heroes and see what exactly the response is going to be to a Kael'thas and a Leoric.
Well, I'm really wondering if they're going to take a quick draw, or maybe one of these tanks that's so good against Leoric to try to negate the advantage he gives.
That makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, especially because Tempo Storm, they've diversified their playstyle. Hide your strategy. Pick up a warrior that's a rather neutral thing that could be... Whoa, that is not anything but neutral. Nothing but neutral.
Well, okay, this is really interesting. Butcher's a great hero, but we don't normally see the Butcher picked this quickly.
No, not at all.
Really ever, actually.
Especially from Tempo Storm. This is new, man.
Well, again, this guy one-on-one beats every single hero. He'll wreck Leoric if they're just one-on-one against each other. So I kind of see where they're going. And let's not forget the Divine Shield on the Butcher right before he dies. He'll be full health almost before it comes off.
Yeah, you wait for the Butcher to get low. You throw a Divine Shield on there. That makes it so he can't be slowed down, or he cannot take any damage. Throws the Butcher's Brand on a single target like Leoric and just blows him up, healing himself up in turn. And wow, this is going to be an aggressive game.
Yeah, Tyrande, look at this little roam composition we have coming up right here. Butcher and Tyrande together is going to be insane.
Yeah, we already see the combo getting set up there. The Butcher charges in, Uther makes the Butcher temporarily invulnerable, and of course Tyrande stuns in case there's any chance that hero that's been targeted might try to get away.
Yeah, just early game too. Ruthless Onslaught plus Lunar Flare is such a powerful combo. And you throw Hunter's Mark in the mix, it doesn't matter what hero you're playing, you're going to be in a tough spot.
Well, our next couple bans are Johanna and Abathur. I really like this Johanna ban by Cloud9 since there's absolutely no warrior over on the Tempo Storm side.
Also, I got to say, I think the Abathur ban there, pretty smart. Cloud9 really does like their Abathur. So getting that, not to mention, we were talking about this earlier, but Abathur is pretty helpful in the fights over the tribute. Even if somebody loses a hero, boom, Abathur hat on the next hero. So especially early on, you can really get a lot of sustain in that area and usually win out that turf war.
And don't forget, he can, of course, soak a lot of experience as well. But we're into the next pick, and it's going to be Muradin.
We talked about Reverberation a lot today, the power of slowing down those auto attacks. That's what Butcher is all about. He's very much focused as an auto attack hero. So Muradin, a great response to that style.
Yeah, I love seeing the multiple stuns as well. And Rhaegar being picked up, trying to grab that healer and kind of hiding that last pick as well.
Not a shocker there to pick Rhaegar. You need to have some kind of support on this team. So Rhaegar is going to be the choice, obviously with Ancestral Healing being very powerful, allowing for a lot more survivability there. And we're still waiting to see what then the final 2 picks will be for Tempo Storm, as after that we're going to have the entire makeup of the team.
They're definitely going to go with someone ranged. Yes, Vala here, KO plays a hero rather well if he's going to be on him. But they could also pick up Well, no, they definitely should go for a warrior here. The solo butcher would be kind of unorthodox. We have never seen that. It can kind of work with Illidan. Cognitive showed us that, but butcher without a warrior, that's risky.
Yeah, I got to agree. I can't imagine there's not a warrior pick. What are you thinking? Maybe Arthas here or something like that?
Yeah. Arthas makes a lot of sense.
I think you're probably right about that, Tastes. Arthas looks like he'd be a great pick here. Does pretty well against Leoric. Does very well against other warriors as well.
Oh, okay. Actually,
opting for Nubarak, yeah. A lot of dive potential. If Butcher's charging in, you can use that burrow charge to join him into that front line and really just lay down the pain. But Cloud9, they've got one more pick.
All right, so Nubarak, you know, this guy, still a very solid one. What will the last pick, though, be here for Cloud9? They picked up their healer a little bit early, and that's kind of, hidden what they're going to go for as their fifth hero.
Yeah, they need damage, that's for sure. Just kill fast Leoric. Not enough to apply the critical damage to get the takedowns that they're going to need in this game, especially with Butcher charging in. There's a few options. They do play Nazebo a bit. I'm not too sure what they're going to go with here, I'll be honest. And it's going to be Tassadar, a very neutral, middle-of-the-road pickup.
I got to tell you, I was not expecting the Tassadar pick there, but that's really interesting. I wonder what exactly Cloud9 has got in store for us. I mean, it's pretty clear here with Tempo Storm. They're going to have a lot of dive-in potential here to really get in a fight and usually come out on top in a quick period of time.
Very interesting with this Tassadar. You kind of a half support, definitely can help his allies with his shield and put out a lot of steady damage with Storm. I mean, Archon can be a great heroic as well. I didn't expect that as that fifth pick.
Well, you know, Tesla just mentioned the dive potential that exists on the side of Tempo Storm. Tassadar is a very safe hero. He has a shield, dimensional warp. He's going to be hard to take out. If you go for the Anubarak, guess what? He's just going to burrow charge in, and Tassadar's just going to be like, hey, look, I'm invisible. You can't hurt me. It's a very slippery hero in that regard.
Well, we'll have to see if the Tassadar pick pays off. Who do you think, Jake, won this draft? Who is going into this with an advantage?
Tempo Storm, they have the early game advantage in this matchup. So as long as they start out strong, they will propel that forward to the late game that they're so known for. I like their composition.
Our game is actually ready to go, guys. So let's make some noise. This is game number 1. Tempo Storm against Cloud9.
All right. Starting over on the left side of the map in the blue, we have Zuna in the Butcher, Soldier in Nubarak, Arthalon in Tyrande, KO in Bala, and Dreadnought in Uther. Make some noise for Tempo Storm! And their opponents on the right side in the red, we have Dump Train on Rhaegar, King Caffeine on Leoric, Fan on Muradin, K1 Pro on Tassadar, and I Dream on Kael'Thas. Put your hands together for Cloud9.
All right, we have our teams now roaming out here. Be interesting if we do have a full. Oh, we might actually just have a full-on skirmish right here, right now.
Oh man, right now we have the Butcher charging in. Nice jump there by Muradin. Beautiful move.
Absolutely perfectly timed out there. So great escape there by Muradin. Cloud9 already showing they have fantastic control in just the first minute here of the game. We are going to have the rotations now to each of the lanes here. They both do need to get something up there to the top, though. They are going to lose some experience if they don't get there soon.
Yeah, no one is up at the top at the moment. We do have a Nubarak moving up top for Tempo Storm, but still no one. Looks like Leoric will be going up for Cloud9.
All right, and I think this is pretty typical what we see up here at the top. That lane at the very, very top, pretty far away from everything else. You can pretty much leave those two heroes alone, let them soak for the time being. Meanwhile, down here at the bottom, we have a little engagement. It looks like Fan is going to be able to jump away. Nicely done.
I tell you, Van, I am becoming a true fan of this guy. The amount that he escapes with Muradin, his fantastic Abathur play, this guy is really on top of everything.
So far, there haven't been any takedowns, anything of major significance. We're at level 2 for the time being. Right around level 3, level 4, we can start to see the tribute begin to spawn there, and that's where we're going to see, how they engage each other, if they choose to engage. We have seen games where people will actually give up the tribute based off of what the team composition is or the positioning.
Certainly the case. Right now, though, we do see the Butcher still trying to get some little roaming kills off there. Not really getting to do it quite yet, though. Tassadar going to be a very tough one to gank in the middle.
Yeah, Tassadar, lots of survivability with that hero. Definitely one of the ones that's tougher to pick off. It's not like, Vala or Jaina or anything like that, where you get out of position, you're going to be taken down for sure.
All right now we just do see all the heroes kind of roaming around between these middle two lanes. And it looks like we're actually going to see Butcher and Tyrande go for a clear here on this Bruiser camp.
I really like this. Okay, so the Tribute is going to be spawning very soon now. If they take out the Bruiser camp, what they can do then is allow that to push into a lane while everybody else is fighting over a Tribute.
Yeah, and that can really give you an advantage. It's going to make your opponents either rotate to go kill it off, or, you know, they're going to have to fight you for the Tribute, and those Knights are going to do a lot more damage.
Yeah. We'll see if they do decide to go for the Tribute. And, you know, interesting thing, too, is even early game, the fights with the Tributes can take quite a while.
Well, right now we do have a fight going down here. Fan did discover them, and it looks like Fan is going to go down here from Zuna. Great move there, charging in with the Butcher.
Tempo Storm continuing to close in here now, but Butcher may have overextended. Butcher will go down. Beautifully done. Kael'thas barely surviving that. Tribute spawning in the north. Meanwhile, all the players occupying the south.
Well, it looks like that Knight camp with just one Bruiser left over. No one's taking it at the moment, as we do see Cloud9 starting to rotate up to try to get this Tribute.
Tempo Storm in pretty good position here. It looks like New York might have to poke in to deny them actually grabbing that. And so Cloud9 actually coming in here for a surround, a small level lead here, level 6 right now. They're going to wait until they're all in good position.
All right, Tyrande going to chase off Rhaegar for the time being. We do have King Caffeine coming around the other side. Some nice zoning going down a side storm to try to prevent that Tribute.
As you can see, they're doing a great job. Oh my gosh, we just saw Butcher go down again. That was a big surprise. Also important to note here, Cloud9, what we don't see is Kael'thas has been soaking up experience in the bottom lane the entire time. And that explains why Cloud9 is getting a bigger and bigger lead here.
Yeah, that definitely is a big deal right there. Cloud9 still holding on despite having one less hero up at the top, but they did kill off Butcher very early. He is on his way back, so we'll see if they can hold on till then.
Nice stun there. Still, no one's even been able to take the Tribute just yet. Butcher's going to be back in action over here. Here he comes right now. And I believe Cloud9 may be zoned out here. You see that even though their HP is a little bit lower than their opponents, it's actually the mana is the reason why they have to go back. They can't cast any spells. Right now, Dread going to try to take that Tribute. Are they going to be able to deny it? It's coming right now.
Oh, great denial there by King Caffeine. Moving in, getting on top of this Tribute. We do have Zuna running in. Blows off in a matter of seconds.
I think the Butcher has died 3 times. Am I correct on that?
I believe you are correct, sir. That is a lot of deaths right there. And Cloud9 pushing back Tempo Storm once again.
Tassadar is going to be able to take this Tribute. So first Tribute going to Cloud9.
Pretty insane battle right there for that Tribute. They're up a full level. They're up a talent here at the moment. A nice advantage for Cloud9. And you know what? They have 6 takedowns against 2 right now. That's a big deal, especially considering the early game should be favoring Tempo Storm.
Yeah, I really do not expect the early part of this series to look like this. I'm wondering if maybe this Butcher pick was a mistake.
Well, I tell you what, we've seen 2 or 3 times this Butcher already blow up, and look at this, time number 4, chains of stuns right there, Fan jumping out of the way. Absolutely beautiful play by Cloud9.
Yeah, I mean, Tempo Storm just isn't able to make it work, and I gotta say, they're kind of getting wrecked here. I mean, Butcher cannot die that many times. Butcher's sort of the centerpiece hero there to go in and do the damage. Cloud9 actually going to try to capture the Bruiser camp here, and they managed to do it just before Tempo Storm can come in there to deny it.
Just fantastic play so far by Cloud9, really staying on top of absolutely everything in this early game. Tempo Storm really going to have to get this together. Their Butcher pick is absolutely not paying off.
By the way, Tribute just so happens to be spawning on Cloud9's side of the map, so this is going to be a little bit tricky right now for Tempo Storm to actually get in there. Granted, all their heroes are alive and on the map. It's just a tougher spot to move in, and once again, Zuna just taking a lot of damage here.
Well, it looks like he is going after Fan once again. He does have that Dwarf Toss up, and we should see, oh, he goes down. Nice try there by iDream to save him with that pull-up, but it didn't work out.
The Tribute is almost captured. They're getting very close. Looks like they did manage to interrupt it, actually. Going to come down here now. Tempo Storm trying to fight. Keep in mind, level 10 not far away. The Heroics just around the corner. Is the Nubarak going to be able to get this in time?
Oh, beautiful stun there. Lunar Flare then by Tyrande. And it looks like the Orc will go down. Tassadar going to make it out. But Tempo Storm going to get this Tribute.
Well, let's see. They're still poking in here with Kael'Thas, and now Murder's going to be coming around here. Looks like just in the nick of time. Butcher is slowed down once again.
And King Caffeine coming back up with Leoric, immediately putting lots of damage down on him. He may be blowing up once again.
You can see Leoric just ghosting away there for a second. Tempo Storm still in pursuit. Level 10, just a few seconds away here. Looks like Dread may be going down.
Oh man, Dreadnought looks like he will finally end up exploding, but he can add a lot of healing on still, keeping the Butcher into this fight. Everyone solo, beautiful ancestral goes down on Kael'Thas.
Tribute number 2 will be going to Cloud9.
Just amazing, just barely getting level 10 during that battle. Now immediately rotating up to get their boss. Great moves with 4 of their opponents down.
Oh man, this is so sick right now for Cloud9. They're gonna get the boss. They're gonna have such a strong push into the top lane. I think after they get this boss, I don't know if they're gonna go for the other boss here, but there's always that possibility. That's sort of how this map works.
Yeah, a lot of times we do see you get one boss, you go to get the other, but Tempo Storm knows this. They know that their opponents were going for the boss, so they start their own boss, but they realize they may be too slow here.
So they're coming down now. Obviously, Tempo Storm has to answer the boss, or they're going to lose a lot of defense in that top lane. Tempo Storm just backed up, and actually they're rotating, to that upper left location. And with the 3rd tribute spawning, I don't believe there's any way that Tempo Storm can actually come in here and acquire that.
They may just have to eat this curse, Tasteless. I don't think that they can stop it just now getting level 10, but they certainly are out of position. We do see the Butcher once again going down. Zuna has fallen so many times.
Well, the tribute actually remaining untouched right now. They're just going to go ahead and go for the boss. I guess there's really no rush to get that tribute. You can always get it a little bit later. Tempo Storm still so behind. And so Cloud9 now getting the boss. This is going uncontested. See Dreadnought coming, poking in, getting an idea of what's going on. They will not be able to reclaim the boss here. 2 bosses now going for Cloud9. A solid push here into the bottom lane.
That's right, but look at this. Some great stall tactics coming out by Dreadnought and Soldier, trying to stop them from taking this, but they are going to have to go down and deal with this boss. They can't just lose a fort over this.
Boss is continuing to push in. I think that fort is actually going to go down here. This battle may go on for a little bit. Looks like Leoric's heroic not really working out too well there. So no March of the Black King in this game.
Yeah, definitely going for Entomb, but not being able to put any damage on those he does Entomb. Looks like that bottom fort, though, is going to be taken out by the boss. But you know what? At least Tempo Storm prevented the curse.
Yeah, they at least, I don't know if they prevented it as much as they have delayed it, maybe.
Indeed.
But, let's see, actually, what's going to happen next here. So they've both gone past level 10. And that means they both have their heroic abilities. So it's a little bit more of an even fight, right? Unlike, for instance, we saw like level 9 to level 11 back there for a little bit. So maybe Tempo Storm can win one of the engagements over the tribute and we can start to even this out, because Cloud9 started out with a lead and they kept that, but this is the window of time where it should be more feasible that Tempo Storm can begin to bounce back.
Well, right now, Cloud9 takes down another fort up in the top. Some great moves by them. Tempo Storm does go ahead and grab their bruiser camp, so they're starting to get a little bit of pressure here on the battleground, but is this going to be enough to bring Cloud9 out of position so that they can get this next tribute?
The tribute is about to spawn, 10 seconds away. Right now, Cloud9 orbiting around the middle lane here. Tempo Storm cautiously moving around the tribute area.
Yeah, Tassadar right now on poke duty, making sure no one can get this until they clean that lane. Doing a great job of that as well. King Caffeine coming in, battling against Soldier, tries to stun him, but a beautiful Wraith Walk.
Yeah, very nice Wraith Walk there by the Leoric. Tempo Storm just staying back. Remember with the Tyrande, you can really use those projectiles, keep poking in and delaying. Butcher actually goes right. Oh, that was so sick.
Oh, the Entomb blocking the Butcher from coming in, but then we have Divine Shield on Butcher, healing himself up on Leoric, who Wraith Walks out.
And it looks like we might have another takedown here. Ball getting very low. Butcher getting lower. And it looks like Butcher just barely still alive. And we have another takedown over there by Kael'Thas.
Butcher does end up falling. Fan very low on health, but going after Soldier. Numerok does fall.
Unbelievable. It looks like Cloud9 is going to get the tribute, and that means they'll be getting the curse as well.
That is a big deal right now for Cloud9. Some great control. I cannot believe the Entomb just to block the Butcher's charge in. Fantastic moves and a well-deserved curse.
And, already Tempo Storm's defenses were pretty beaten up, and now with the curse happening, I mean, it's only going to get worse.
All right, it looks like right now we do have Dreadnought getting caught right here, trying to heal himself, but he does go down. A wonderful entomb there by King Caffeine, as they do take out Tempo Storm's last fort.
And that's going to be it for the first perimeter of defense this game. By the way, Cloud9 over here with Kael'Thas doing a great job just taking out this bruiser camp, taking advantage of every aspect of their map control right now.
That's right, and even getting Soldier very low there despite being behind his own gates. This curse is going very poorly for Tempo Storm. They're doing their best to hold on, but these gates going down, level 16 being reached by Cloud9, that's a very important tier.
Yeah, it's actually huge that it's happening just as this curse is ending here. Tempo Storm just does not have an answer for the push here from Cloud9. Cloud9 may have overextended here. We're going to see they're actually engaging here right now.
Dunk Train healing himself with that ancestral. King Caffeine taking lots of damage here. Zuna does knock him out. Right now we have K1 Pro having to invis out. Looks like he will escape for the time being.
Right now, Tacit are on the run here. Cloud9 could have taken more damage there, but of course, the number of mercenaries and minions pushing that lane, they ended up being prioritized there by Tempo Storm.
Right now, we do have King Caffeine over on top of his opponents, sitting around, giving some vision to his team. Nice stun there by Tyrande. Looks like we do have Fan coming in with the stuns here, and a new round almost goes down.
But did Butcher overextend? Zuna now getting a little bit lower. Kael'Thas looks like will be taken out, but Butcher lower now. Taking a beating there as well.
Looks like Uther may be falling as well. KO right now on Bala taking lots of damage. Nice heal goes down from Tyrande.
And we saw Uther get jammed there in the corner with another takedown. Only 2 heroes currently on the map right now for Tempo Storm, whereas 4 heroes for Cloud9 doing a solid push, probably going to take down this keep.
Oh man, Cloud9 is playing a nearly flawless game right now. Still no level 16 for Tempo Storm. Still only 2 heroes even up, and the first keep of the game falls.
And I love how Cloud9 then backs out. Why not? I mean, the bosses respawn Artosis. We can always see them going for that again up here.
That is certainly a big deal. If they can grab that boss right now, it'll put so much pressure on their opponents. But is that their goal at the moment? It looks like they want to heal up a bit, maybe get ready for the next tribute spawn.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. It's been a little bit. Obviously, a tribute has to come up pretty soon here. So let's see what Tempo Storm can do here. Right now, it's basically cleanup. We see Tempo Storm was at least getting their feet wet there by the boss, but obviously Cloud9 hyper vigilant about that possibility.
That's right, putting their toe in the water, but that wave of Leoric coming in and force them off. In the meantime, we do have 2 members of Cloud9 actually clearing their boss while everyone else tries to delay this boss of Tempo Storm.
Yeah, upper right boss being hit. They're trying to delay that boss, and the tribute spawning like this, I wonder if they bit off more than they can chew. We'll see. It's going to be quite a juggling act down here for Cloud9 to try to keep control of this.
This is a really cool move by Tempo Storm, but I think Cloud9 has probably figured this out at this point. They're like, wait a minute, where is Zuna?
They could actually get the steal here.
No! And Zuna right now going to be in a lot of trouble. They steal the boss, they take out Zuna, and Arthalon is going to fall as well.
It was a brilliant strategy by Tempo Storm, but Cloud9 was able to identify it and then exploit its weakness, taking no damage there from that boss, just taking candy from a baby, as you'd say. I mean, they just robbed that, top lane being pushed. And this is going horribly right now for Tempo Storm.
Dreadnought even falling at this point. To put this in perspective, Cloud9 has 22 takedowns against Tempo Storm's measly 7. So this is really rough. Cloud9 has lost not a single fort, whereas only 2 keeps remain for Tempo Storm. They are being run around this map.
Cloud9, but is this the 4th boss, right?
At 4th, 5th, 6th, I don't know, Tasteless.
We don't need to count them anymore. Too many bosses right now. And the bottom lane is going to get
trapped here by
Those may as well be
siege camps for Cloud9 over here.
And this is just getting worse and worse. I mean, the damage at this point in time is going up exponentially. We have so many map objectives being capitalized on here by Cloud9. Absolutely brilliant.
Look at this. They're going to go after this bottom keep at the moment. They don't even care about the tribute in the top right. Looks like a Nubrok may be going for that at the moment, but Cloud9 hitting this bottom fort so strongly. The boss coming in, some giants as well, and this keep is going to fall also.
Tempo Storm almost naked, only the core really remaining here. We have a little bit of infrastructure there at the top, but between the bottom 2 lanes, the push potential is just insane.
Right now we have a huge entomb coming down, trapping two of these heroes. Zuna with the Divine Shield, but he does have that wear off. King Caffeine trying to stay alive. Nice shield goes down on him, but he does fall.
Tempo Storm needs to hang on. The core currently being hit by the boss. Right now, Tempo Storm cannot make a single mistake. Coming back from this just seems absolutely impossible.
Well, Zuna right now dealing a lot of damage to Fan. I'm not sure if he'll actually make it out this time. And right now we see the Avatar Merlin trying to fight him, but he does turn around the boss and catapults all